Hello, everyone. We have Nemisha with us. Nemisha is one of the candidates who has taken our programs, who has gone through the high potential career planning program. Welcome, Nemisha.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, so the idea behind having this interview is we wanted our learners or potential learners to understand the importance of this program and what it gave you as a person, how it helped you as a person. So, without further ado, I would like to come upon the questions. The first question that I had was, what are the three main learnings from the program for you?
So, Akshay, over the last few years, I have realized that leadership is not a position. It's not whether you're a CBO or a COO, but it's a behavior. It's an act. It's a mindset. So, the biggest advantage about this program with Sandeep and Manisha is that I was able to sharpen my leadership mindset across many facets. I was able to center myself. I was able to get rid of the imposter syndrome, which I subjected myself to almost every day, which actually was having a very debilitating impact on my ability to prioritize on the really big things that make a difference at work, Akshay. So I'd say that that was the first sort of change that happened in me, the ability to see the bigger picture. Now the second sort of learning that I had is again a very significant achievement. I was able to demystify many leadership myths and beliefs, blind beliefs, which had become very strong mental barriers uh, in my ability to do my best. So a lot of discussions with Manisha, a lot of discussions with Sandeep and Manisha together. All of them helped me to completely break these myths. You see, some of them were gender biases, some of them were, many things that I thought about myself, which were which were not true. So I think it's never too late, to become self-aware. And this program helps you just do that, just it helps you connect with yourself. So the other big learning in this program is the ability to crystallize, some of the uneven patterns, that I had in my career and clearly understand my controllables. Hence, for example, the fear of failure or, the inability to be able to prioritize. All of these are some of the barriers that I was able to bust and see the bigger picture. Something, Akshay, the third learning is I thought I didn't need it. So here's the big revelation. I thought that I was ready. I thought because I'm a great I'm great functionally and I'm a functional expert in my own field. I thought I didn't need a program, but as in when I went through the program, I realized how much I need it. And we all have these blind spots, which someone else can help us see and then bust. So, in a sense, I'd like to say these are the three big learnings of the program. The third one being that you always need a program or a set of, leadership advice in order to go to the next level. The big learning is what got us here will not get us there, as Marshall Goldsmith also says. I hope that helps.
Very well said, Isha. I think the three main learning, as you put it, clearly are something which are missed at times, and you've given a very good perspective. Now, one more question I had, is that what is
Yeah.
the difference that you see in yourselves before and after the program? Okay. Like if you were to put it in Nimisha before and Nimisha after,
Yeah.
can you give us a perspective of that?
Yeah. So the Nemisha before was a leader who was able to deliver business, always, but was unsure about whether there is a future, whether there's a future to the career, that I'm pursuing. The Nemisha before was the was a person who couldn't picture her career for the next 20 years. Also a bit underconfident, and like I was saying earlier, a person with a daily imposter syndrome phenomenon happening in my
Hmm.
head every morning.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, the uh, the Nimisha after is uh, is a person who is able to not only see my career for the next 20 years, spanning out
Hmm.
over even longer. I think by the time we all reach, at least I reach 60, I think the workable age will sort of set itself to 70, 75. So I'm sure that I'll be working for longer. So that's one. So the second big change that I feel that's happened in the Nimisha after is someone who is able to truly do her best. You know,
Hmm.
I think I was working suboptimally. So the Nimisha after is a person who's able to truly give her best to work. I'd like to say that the third is that the Nimisha after is clearly able to, you know, generate greater impact at work,
Hmm. Hmm.
generate greater influence to the team ahead of me, and also being able to, create a huge change management, sort of exercise in the business that I am currently pursuing. So I don't think that all of these facets were complete in the Denisha before. So I hope that helps us.
Okay, so you can say that, it gave you a vision and also more clarity in terms of the value sets that you have. So what I wanted to understand is, when you go through any program or any, new thing that you learn, it's not that the first day is a day of revelation. As you proceed, things, there is some progress that happens, and eventually, when you make a considerable amount of progress, you realize that okay, this is something that is working out, or this is something which is taking place. So, according
Yeah.
to you, what was that turning point for you in the program where you realized the okay, this is actually adding some value to what I was doing, or no, it can actually really be something which can help me on my career as
I think the biggest turning point for me was when, in the middle of the program, I just wasn't able to. I think I was stuck at a point, and I had this barrier in my mind,
well.
saying that, hey, the business situation outside, the business outlook, the growth outlook of the country is not all that great. There's too much of skepticism around uh, sort of growth, and
Hmm.
there's a lot of ambiguity in the startup world or in the FMCG world. Growth is really changing paradigm, and I won't be able to cope up with that change. uh, I don't think I'm inherently made for it. And slowly and steadily, in a matter of 3 or 4 sessions, when I was, talking about more details, in more detail about my beliefs, I was able to understand that, I have what it takes in me, to manage this VUCA, sort of environment. I also sort of had some other beliefs, but not going into more detail, but I did have a few beliefs about my ability and the way people receive me, and those got changed in the middle of the program, and those were busted in the middle of the program, and it was truly it was literally like the next day when I woke up, it was a new me. It literally was this way. So that was my tipping point
Hmm.
of the program, Akshay.
Great. So, as you said about your tipping point, there are some takeaways that you do. Obviously, it helps you structure your thoughts in a way. And now that you are in the corporate world and you've resumed your work, what is that one quality that has stuck with you through the program, or which the program taught you and you're using it on a daily basis as an application?
I think the biggest quality that I have gathered is the ability to look at the situation in a more objective way.
Hmm.
uh, you know, I used to be able to, I used to be able to traverse the business problem in a functional, you know, with a functional expertise. But now I'm truly able to look at it as as literally like like a people problem, because it
Hmm.
actually boils down to not being either functional or, um, or a business problem, but it's actually a people problem. And
Hmm.
so I think the one quality that I've been able to develop is being able to summarize the issue, the opportunity, or the problem in a very objective way.
Okay.
Rather than the problem becoming bigger than me,
Hmm.
or rather than the issue becoming bigger than me, I am always able to feel more in control,
Hmm.
of that situation now, and be
Okay.
able to objectively define the situation, and define the boundaries of the issue. And the minute I'm able to define it better, I'm able to solve it better and more holistically.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I have been able to gather. And that's a quality that I'm able to apply
Hmm.
everything, that comes my way. A big problem, a small problem, I'm able to apply it to everything.
Great. Great. That's
Yeah,
an object. The objectivity is something which is helping you now, which is
yeah,
program. So, you know, moving on to the program and the investment that you need to make. Usually people who invest upfront in a program like this. Do you think you've gotten the ROI in terms of money or any tangible, in terms of the money, and what are the tangible, intangible things? Is it really justified here?
Akshay, this is not an MBA,
Hmm.
or this is not a degree course. This is an investment in you as a person. It is uh, it is an investment that you have made to become a better you, both personally and professionally.
Hmm.
And so, in such cases, actually, this is invaluable. I tell you why. People think that they're going to business school. There's lots of people who go to business schools after 10 or 15 years of work experience.
True.
And and there are fancy names given to these courses that are done at very fancy universities. uh, in a sense, however, when I've spoken to so many of them, they say that what they've learned is how is it that they need to change as a person in order to traverse through the next 20 years of their career.
Hmm.
So honestly speaking, you know to be able to honestly speaking, this is, you don't calculate, an ROI on, let us say, something that you invested, for yourself, or for your health, or for
True.
your, mental health or physical health. So, really, I think the whole question of calculating the ROI of this program is
Hmm.
to me immaterial, because it's
Hmm.
added immensely to me as a person.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
I'm able to live life fuller with my family, uh, as well as I'm able to give my fullest to my team.
Okay.
So I'm not calculated, it in this way.
Makes sense. So, if you were to recommend this program to a certain set of, you know,
Yeah,
so ideally, who are the people you would recommend this to? Like, who are the people you think should go through this program?
yeah. Actually, I had a friend I met, in just the last 2 weeks, and
Hmm.
he's my classmate also. He'd also been a colleague with me, and sort of, he, he was also at the fulcrum of his career,
Hmm.
and he says, "What next? I've done everything that I had to." But I want to do more. And I feel, I'm not sort of utilizing my abilities to the fullest. And, I was having a very a candid chat with him. And I realized that for him, he needed something to radar, or let us say to pivot him, towards a new innings in his career. But for
Hmm.
someone else, another person who I was talking to felt stuck in her role for a
Hmm.
really long time, and not being able to move ahead was her problem.
Okay.
So here's the thing, I recommended this program to both of them. So I just like to say that I would recommend the program just to any leader of leaders who is feeling confused about their growth path.
Hmm.
The program is industry agnostic, so it's meant for just about everyone who wants to succeed and who wants to make a true difference and add value to their organization,
Hmm.
impact at work. So
Okay.
I'd like to just say that it's quite agnostic of many things.
Mhm. Fair enough. So one last question that I had for you is any
Yes.
suggestions you would have for the program which can help us make it a little better?
Well, I think that one suggestion that I have for this program is that after the program is over, uh, what is helping me right now is that I continue to be in touch with Sandeep and Manisha.
Mhm.
And whilst it's not a suggestion or an improvement, but I do want to say that that's even more critical than the program itself.
Hmm.
So I'd suggest that all the people who are going through this program, also keep doing a checking in,
Mhm.
with our program leaders, um, yeah. And the other suggestion that I had is that, in the future, we create a sort of a snippet of this program, for, let us say, people who are, in leadership positions, but with, let's say, 10 years of experience, sorts,
Mhm.
who have sort of very recently become leaders, but
Okay.
need to sort of realize their next level in the
Hmm.
organization. So
Okay.
yeah, right now it's only for the COOs and CEOs, but I do recommend that we make a smaller snapshot of this program for the L2 level.
Yeah, definitely we can
These are the
think
two
about
suggestions
it,
I
and
have. Yeah,
we can think about what a lot
yeah,
of inputs on that.
yeah.
Thanks a lot, Nimisha, for your time, and
Thank you,
we'll stay in
Akshay.
touch. Thanks a lot, and your inputs will be very valuable and will be very insightful to a lot of.
Thank you. I hope so too. I hope so too, and let's keep in touch. Thank you, Akshay.
Hello, everyone. We have Nimisha with us. Nimisha is one of the candidates who has taken our programs, who has